There is a reason many people over 70 eat eggs every day, drink extra protein powder, and yet their legs still grow weaker. It is not because you are not eating enough. It is because muscles after 70 may no longer accept protein the old way. And here is the shocking part. Around the world, there are 3,297 recorded edible seed varieties. But among them, only 5 have a rare combination of protein, enzymes, and amino acid structure that aging muscles can truly use. If you have ever stepped down a curb and felt your knees suddenly give, if you have ever wobbled when standing up from a chair, if you have ever carried a grocery bag and felt your hands tremble, then this video may be exactly what you need to hear today. Because after 70, muscles can begin to fall into a state called anabolic resistance. Simply put, the body becomes stubborn with ordinary protein. You still eat eggs, chicken, fish, you still take whey, but turning that protein into real muscle becomes much harder. And that is why many people feel helpless. You try so hard, but your calves still look thinner. Your balance still feels shaky. Your strength still drops. But the 5 seeds we are about to discuss work very differently. When researchers measured older muscle fibers under a microscope, they were stunned. They expected eggs to come out on top. But in older adults, these seeds were clearly presented as outperforming eggs in muscle protein synthesis, foot stability, and calf firmness. And here is the most unbelievable part. Among those 5, one seed stood above the rest. It has a special amino acid structure that helps bypass age-related digestive slowing, enter the bloodstream faster, and activate a repair enzyme that often drops sharply after 70. So fast that researchers called it a senior superseed. But most people over 70 have never tried it even once. Now, welcome to Seniors Health Living, where we share clear, practical, science-based knowledge to help you live healthier, steadier, and more independent for longer. Before we start the list, let me ask one quick question. How old are you right now? Leave it in the comments. We read and reply so we can build strength the right way together. And if you want simple weekly tips that help your body grow stronger with age, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Now, let us begin. Number 5. The first seed that activates muscle. Number 5. Quinoa. Many people do not know one very important thing. Quinoa is actually a seed, not a grain. And that misunderstanding causes many people to miss a protein source that is especially suitable for muscles after 70. What makes quinoa strong? It contains all 9 essential amino acids. In the plant world, that is rare. And after 70, when the body is less able to combine missing proteins together, complete protein becomes more important than ever. Quinoa is also described as easier to absorb because its protein structure is smaller, and that is why this part matters. It is presented as something older adults may absorb better than eggs. But if you eat quinoa the wrong way, you may lose most of the benefits. Here is the best method, following the flow of the content. Soak quinoa overnight in warm water with a little apple cider vinegar to reduce the saponin layer. Rinse it thoroughly. Then cook it with bone broth instead of plain water to make it easier for an aging digestive system to use. For timing, quinoa is emphasized to be used within 2 hours after waking, when muscles are the most hungry after a long night. 1 cup of cooked quinoa is presented as providing protein, along with minerals that help move nutrients into muscle cells. A common mistake is also stated very clearly. Many people eat quinoa cold in salads, but the content suggests warming it to a certain temperature helps make it easier to digest. And here is a small tip meant to keep viewers engaged. Add a little black pepper to support absorption because of piperine. Quinoa is also emphasized as being rich in lysine, important for muscle tissue repair, especially when older age makes absorption from animal sources harder than before. If you are still watching up to this point, please comment one word: yes. I want to know how many people truly want to get stronger after 70. And now, listen to seed number 4. It is described as being directly connected to hormones, the thing that makes many people after 70 feel like they cannot build muscle anymore. Number 4. Pumpkin seeds. If you are over 70 and feel your body clearly losing power, one thing often drops at the same time as strength: hormones. And in this content, pumpkin seeds are described as an important missing piece because they relate to testosterone, and testosterone is presented as a key hormone for building muscle after 70. 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds is stated as having about 9 grams of protein, But what makes them stand out is not only protein, it is the minerals that come with it. Zinc, magnesium, and iron, presented as supporting the body and producing testosterone and growth hormone, both of which drop sharply after 70. And this is where many people stop, thinking then eating them raw is enough. But wait, the content emphasizes that raw pumpkin seeds contain enzyme inhibitors, which make protein digestion weaker. Meaning if you do it wrong, you may be eating but not receiving. The method stated to unlock the benefits is roast at 300 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes, or soak in salt water for about 10 hours. After that, the best method suggested is to grind them into a powder to increase surface area and make them easier for the body to use. Another tip is given to prevent protein from being used as energy and simply passing through. Mix the powder into morning oats or yogurt with cinnamon to stabilize blood sugar. But the most important part for retention is this. The timing for pumpkin seeds is emphasized as very important because zinc can affect calcium absorption. So the content says not to eat them with calcium-rich foods and to use them in the morning on an empty stomach or as an afternoon snack away from a calcium-rich meal. In addition, pumpkin seeds are presented as helping improve blood flow and reduce muscle inflammation, which helps recovery happen faster. And there is a part about reducing the conversion of testosterone into DHT to support muscle while also protecting the prostate. If this part hits the exact issue you are dealing with, please comment the number 4, because next is a seed described as having extremely high protein density and a very different way to use it. Many people make a mistake simply because they cook it hot. Number 3. Hemp seeds. This seed is introduced as a secret of the bodybuilding world because its protein density is very high. And the more important point in the flow is this. Older adults are said to absorb it well because of a special molecular structure. The content emphasizes one point. The protein in hemp seeds has a large proportion of a protein described as very similar to proteins in blood plasma. Because of that, the body is said to recognize it quickly and deliver it to muscle more easily than many animal proteins that require complex digestion. There is a part comparing it to whey and saying hemp supports greater increases in muscle thickness over a period of time, along with people reporting they feel healthier after only a few days. This is a strong retention moment because it creates the feeling of fast results. But another thing that makes hemp seeds stand out is emphasized. The ratio of omega-6 and omega-3. The content describes this ratio as reducing chronic inflammation, which makes muscle harder to build, while also supporting muscle-building hormones like IGF-1. And here is the mistake many people make. They cook it hot. But the content says not to heat it above 100 degrees Fahrenheit because heat destroys fatty acids and denatures protein. The suggested way to use it is add it to smoothies, sprinkle it on salads, or mix it into oats after the oats have cooled. The prevent drop-off part is that the video gives a very specific daily schedule. 1 spoonful when you wake up, 1 spoonful before activity, 1 spoonful after activity, and 1 spoonful before bed. And the content also creates an open loop with benefits linked to oxygen, circulation, and compounds said to activate muscle satellite cells. If you are still watching at this point, please comment. Strong, strong, strong. Because seed number 2 is described as being powerful not because it has a lot of protein, but because it stops your muscles from getting hungry between meals. That is the real reason many people over 70 never gain muscle. Number 2. Chia seeds. There is one very common problem after 70. It is not that you eat too little. It is that your muscles get hungry between meals. And in this content, chia seeds are described as solving that problem because they create a slow-release gel. They expand in the stomach and help protein absorb steadily for hours, instead of spiking and dropping like when eating eggs. The retention point here is the right method, because eating dry chia seeds is described as possibly dehydrating the digestive system and reducing absorption. The best method stated is, mix 2 tablespoons of chia seeds with 1 cup of coconut water and soak for about 20 minutes to create chia pudding. And the strategy is very specific. Prepare 3 servings each morning, 1 before breakfast, 1 between midday and evening, and 1 before bed, possibly mixed with honey. Next come points about antioxidants, calcium, cramps, and fiber that feeds beneficial gut bacteria. And a trace mineral is emphasized. Boron, which helps the body use minerals better. If you want me to continue straight to seed number 1, please comment the number 2, because number 1 is the climax. The content describes it as not only feeding muscle, but also affecting the hormone switch that the body after 70 is slowly turning off. Number 1. Flax seeds. This is described as the most shocking part of the whole list, because the content says ground flax seeds contain compounds that may block enzymes that break down testosterone and growth hormone in an aging body. Flax seeds are stated to provide protein, but the main highlight is lignans, especially SDG lignans, described as binding to hormone receptors inside muscle cells. There is a part emphasizing study results in very old age groups, creating the feeling of reversing age-related muscle loss. And this is the part many viewers stay to hear all the way through. But then the content gives a required condition so no one does it wrong. Whole flax seeds pass through the digestive system with almost no digestion, so you must grind them. Or buy pre-ground flax meal and store it properly because the oils can oxidize quickly. The best method is described in detail. Mix 2 tablespoons of freshly ground flax seeds with warm water to form a gel. Wait about 10 minutes, then use it on an empty stomach early in the morning. And the retention key is the part about morning cortisol. The content describes lignans as working well when cortisol is high, like turning a muscle-breaking hormone into a muscle-building signal. After that come points about fiber slowing digestion at the right pace, minerals supporting muscle contraction and energy, and increased glycogen storage and vitamin B1. If you are over 70 and want to start safely, please comment. I want to know how many people truly want to regain their strength. To sum up, these 5 seeds are presented as secret weapons for building muscle after 70, but the key is not eating them randomly. It is preparing them correctly and using the right timing. Quinoa needs the sapin and handled and the right timing when muscles are hungry. Pumpkin seeds need enzyme inhibitors removed and timing because of zinc. Hemp seeds should not be cooked hot. Chia seeds must be soaked correctly to create the slow absorption gel. And flax seeds must be ground and used the right way so nothing is wasted. If this video helps you see a new path to getting stronger with age, please subscribe and turn on notifications, because we will keep sharing clear, practical knowledge to help you walk steadier, stand stronger, and live more independently for longer. And do not forget to answer this question in the comments. Which of the 5 seeds have you used already? Type the name of that seed. I will read and reply.